Hey guys, welcome to this video. So in this one today, I'm gonna go through something a bit different. So many of you guys that watch my videos, I know that you do not love the service delivery content. I get you wanna understand on how to acquire customers. This video is going to help with that. I'm gonna show you how to understand the customer journey. Not only is this gonna allow you to charge more money, retain more clients, it's gonna give you more confidence on sales calls. It's gonna give you more confidence in your appointment setting ability because A, you're gonna actually know what you're talking about to your prospects, and B, it's gonna make you come across like an expert. This is actually quite high level, and I guarantee you, any beginner that you're going up against when they're trying to acquire customers for their agency will not be speaking to their prospects in this way. So really important that you watch at the end. And if you are interested in guaranteeing the success of your agency, you're looking for me to mentor you, check out all the links in the description down below. We're literally guaranteeing success for our students. If you don't get results, you don't pay. So if you want paying clients, check out the link down below. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So if you want to run a successful agency, you have to understand the customer journey. How do you take somebody from not knowing about a brand to actually purchasing a product and becoming a lifetime customer? Obviously that's a skill, and I'm going to break that down for you today. And the reason it's so important is because if you want to scale a successful agency, there's so many things to consider when it comes to A, completely understanding the service that you're offering. But if you do that, you're going to get better retention, which means lower churn, more revenue in your business. You're going to get happier clients, more referrals, and basically you're going to be able to charge more money. So it's really, really important that you understand this. And what this is also going to do, it's going to give you a newfound confidence when you go into your discovery calls, when you're speaking to a prospect and they're telling you their pain points, they're telling you about their business. You're going to be able to completely, with confidence, understand what you're selling them and how to sell your paid marketing services. This is a massively important training, and it's actually a fairly high level thing. So if you understand this, you're going to blow your competition out the park. So here we are inside of the ads manager. Now, I'm not going to go into every single structure here. As you'll notice, we've got 2 TOF, top of funnel campaigns. We'll go through that, the structures of that in a different video. But what I really want you to understand first of all is top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and post purchase, and specifically how each of those campaigns and each of those parts of the funnel relate to the customer journey. So very basic, you've got a funnel, right? So a funnel looks like this. You've got money coming out the bottom and you put people in the top in a very basic form. So when we look at a funnel like this is the bottom of the funnel. If money's here, these are the people that right at the bottom that are almost customers, but they're not quite there yet. You've got the middle of funnel, which is somewhere around the middle. They're familiar with the brand. They sort of know about you a little bit now, but maybe they've not taken any high intent. And you've also got top of funnel. These are people that yet do not know about your brand or your company, and you're there to make them aware. So the second you put them in the top of funnel, they're now aware of your brand. So the way that we structure all of our ad campaigns is exactly like this. Now, this isn't anything breaking news. A lot of people already understand TOF, MOF, and BOF and post-purchase campaigns. That's not specifically what this video is about. What this video is about is exactly how we can relate the customer journey to each part of this funnel, okay? First things first, we look at a funnel like this, top of funnel. We need to make people aware. So what we do in this section, this is what we call our problem-aware set of people. So these are people that obviously have a problem, and business is just problem solution. The bigger solution that you have for a bigger problem, the bigger problem you can solve, the more money you make in business. That's sort of business 101. And whenever you buy anything, it's likely because it fixes a problem. If I buy a camera, it's because I have a problem that I want to be able to film. If I'm green juicing, it's because I want to be healthier. Problem solution is business 101. In the top of funnel audiences, it's really important to look at it in terms of A, making people aware of the brand, but B, making them really aware of the problem that your product or your client's product actually solves. Let's give a real simple example. Let's say your client is a coaching business and your coaching business helps mums start an after school club, okay? What is that problem? Well, their problem might be they've got lack of creativity in their job. They want to make a side income, okay? That's their pain point. So if you lead with a hook in the copy, are you an overworked mum that are looking to make a side income? Boom, hooks them straight in. You lead with a pain point. So this is the problem aware audience, okay? Because this is a group of people that do not yet know you exist, but they have the problem, and you're there to make them aware that you can be a solution for that problem. That's all that top of funnel is. And what you got to do a really good job of doing in this top of funnel section is making people specifically aware of what the product is and what you do and what that brand is in the scroll, okay? And what I mean by that is obviously if you've got a Facebook ad, you've got the body copy, you've got the creative itself, that could be an image, a video, a carousel, you've got the headline and the description. In between the top 3 lines of the copy before the fold, in the creative / the thumbnail, the headline and the description, people should know exactly what problem you solve and what that business is without any guesswork whatsoever. And if they have that, you've done your job in top of funnel, because the goal is to get them onto the website, cool, hopefully purchase, but at a bare minimum, make them aware that you can solve their problem, okay? And that's ultimately what top of funnel is about. And you got to think, when it comes to marketing, the message is so important. If people in the bottom of funnel, they've almost purchased but not quite, you don't need to hit them with the same marketing message. Maybe an offer will get them across the line. But the top of funnel, it's all about making them aware of the problem that you solve. So next up here, we have middle of funnel. So these are the people in the middle of the funnel. What audiences constitute for this? Well, this are people that are now solution aware. So they're aware of the solution that you actually offer as a brand, as a company. And in terms of the audience audiences that we target inside of this campaign, we specifically want to target people that are familiar but maybe not taken super high intent. So this could be people that engage with you on social media, maybe they've liked a couple of your posts, maybe they follow you on Facebook, maybe they've seen or engaged with some of your Facebook ads before, or even people that have been on the website but not taken any high valuable intent. So usually this is maybe somebody that's like landed on the homepage and maybe not taken any more valuable action. So this is your middle of funnel audience. Now here, these are people that are solution aware. So middle of funnel, what's really good is about how can you build trust and authority for your brand. So in the middle funnel specifically, things like testimonials, things like social proofing by saying join 50,000 other users, testimonial videos of clients having amazing results with your product can do fantastic here, because remember at this point they're aware of the problem that you solve, and now it's about how can I build authority and trust to these people. So what we would do in this audience, again, we'd set up retargeting audiences, like I said, people that have visited the website but not taken any valuable action in the last 180 days, people that follow and have engaged on social media, and we'll retarget these people with things like testimonials, authority building things that can do real fantastic. So then the next part of the customer journey, now they're familiar, they've got some testimonials, they start to believe in your product. Your next stage then is bottom of funnel. These are the people right at the bottom of the funnel just before they become a customer. What does that look like? These are people that have added to cart but not purchased, that have initiated checkout but not purchased. Maybe if it's a different funnel, maybe people that have booked a call with you before but not ended up closing. Even certain people that have viewed products on the website, so viewed content. These people all fall under the bottom of funnel audience. And usually at the bottom of the funnel, they're very much aware of the problem you solve. You've hooked them in from that on the top of funnel. They've now got a couple of testimonials. They're starting to trust your brand. They're starting to show more interest. Usually at the bottom of funnel, your marketing messaging comes more about how can we get them across the line. Usually this is about overcoming objections to why they may not have bought previously and giving them offers. So you think if somebody's added to cart but not bought, you show them an ad the next day that says get $100 off if you buy now, or get 15% off buy now. Sometimes that offer is all it needs to get them across the line, okay? Sometimes it's a little bit more detailed. For example, we've got some higher ticket clients that sell higher end products, and a lot of times discount codes, things like that aren't always the best. What we've found is we've got clients for where it's quite a high end product, and simply just having a payment plan as an option on the bottom of funnel works fantastic, because their objection isn't necessarily price in terms of value, so a discount code isn't majorly important to them. It's more about in terms of prices, affordability. They can't afford £1,000 this month to pay up front, but if they can pay across 4 payments of $250 for the next 4 months, all of a sudden then it becomes a viable option for them. Their objection was price because they don't simply have the money. Really understanding your client's objections to why people don't buy and hitting that specifically in the bottom of funnel can be really, really powerful. And again, sometimes just an offer like a discount code, a free trial, things like that, especially if you add a little bit of urgency and scarcity in this area, saying you're only going to get this offer whilst on the ad. Ends today, ends tomorrow, this week only, to get people across the line. So as you can see now, you've actually taken people on a journey from not knowing about your brand, making them aware of the problem that you solve. Now they're solution aware, you've shown some testimonials, results, you've built trust, you've built authority, and boom, finally you overcome objections and you hit them with an offer. And that takes them through the actual customer journey, because you think where people go wrong a lot of the time is they'll just do 25% off upper funnel. And sure, that can work for some clients, but always lead them with the offer isn't the best thing. It's about what problem do you solve. Now that they're solution aware that you have, you can take them on that journey. And then the final thing here before we wrap up is post-purchase. So acquiring customers is one thing, okay? Acquiring new customers is the lifeblood of a business. But if you really, really, really want to scale, increasing lifetime value by getting those people to buy again in the future massively shoots up your LTV and allows you to run a far more successful business. Just some examples, we've got clients before that have sold things like energy drinks or coffee subscription companies. Retargeting these customers to say, hey, we've got a new launch, or hey, why don't you subscribe and save, sign up on our coffee subscription process. Hey, have you run out of your energy drinks, buy again. We're retargeting people that have bought before. This campaign usually is on a very small budget, but will usually bring in high return conversions, just simply because these people already have the trust that you don't need to convince them at all. It's just a case of, hey, showing up in front of them, time to buy again, or hey, we've got some new products, or we've got this new launch. Hey, you've bought this, you might like this other product that we have. This can be very, very powerful. And if you do that and you nail that for your client, you're going to get way better retention, you're going to get way better results, you're going to be more confident on sales calls, and ultimately your agency is going to make more money. There we have it. I hope you found a bunch of value. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to absolutely love this one here. Make sure to hit here to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.